Hey, it's Ray's Radio, and today I want to talk about a really uncomfortable topic that people do not enjoy hearing about unless they are very committed to self-development, spiritual development, and their personal mental health and wellness. And that is phone addictions. The addiction that most people have, but no one wants to talk about. So for me, the most important thing to share first right off the bat is why I'm sharing this is not because I'm judging anyone or looking down on anyone. It's simply because it's a priority for me to practice being a human and practice upholding humanity. And that includes the arts, that includes wellness, that includes our bodies, our mind, and our spiritual health. And I have seen that the more people become addicted to or entrenched in their phones, the less abilities they have to take care of themselves and to connect with other humans. Now, we stay well by connecting with other humans. It's not that I'm, shaming people or judging people. It's that I notice that their wellness and their ability to communicate is going down. So last summer, I had an experience where I had a 1-hour meeting with someone. And in that meeting, she checked her phone about every 6 to 8 minutes. And when I realized at the end of the meeting how many times she had looked at her phone, it made me really sad, really confused, and made me realize that because I didn't look at my phone at all during our meeting, but I know that I looked at my phone a lot more than I wanted to be. So that experience actually caused me to it was one of the reasons I decided to make my final move and stop teaching every day on social media, which was a huge move for me because I had been doing that since 2012. And it got me to address my own social media addiction. My life has become exponentially better since then. And so that's why I want to talk about this. But I'm going to be really quick about this today because I do not want this to be a long podcast. I do not want you to think that this is a terribly massive ordeal. It just takes time. It takes some practice. It takes dedication and wanting to do it. And so the first step, of course, is to realize, oh, yes, I do look at my phone way more than I would like to, and I'm going to choose now to reclaim my life and my time, because that is really what you're doing. You're reclaiming your time away from the screen, and you are taking more time for you, for the things that you want to do for your limited time on this planet. The second step, these are the steps that I took. The second step that I did was I spring cleaned a lot of the apps that I wasn't using, or the apps that I thought, oh, that would be cool, I'll do that one day, or apps that I was using but weren't really that important. And I probably cleaned off about 60-70% of the apps that I had on my phone. So I have very little apps on my phone that I use daily. I do have a few apps that I use maybe once a month that I just can't quite get rid of yet because I don't have the physical device for it. Like I like the compass on my phone. I wouldn't die without it, but it's nice to have. So do a good spring cleaning, get rid of a lot of apps so that you only have the bare minimum. This is where minimalism comes into play. And minimalism is number 1 for getting your life clean and clear and simple. Number 3, think of how many hundreds of thousands of hours you have spent staring at the screen, and just take a moment to decide if that's what you want for your life. No judgment. If you're like, yep, I am addicted to Instagram, I'm addicted to TikTok, these things make my life 1,000 times better. I don't really care about connecting with other people or my own wellness. I want to stare at my screen most of the day. That's your prerogative. That's fine. But it's a third step because it's a reminder of, are you committed to this or not? Because it's about to get more challenging, right? So the first step is, do I want to choose to reclaim my life and time? The second step is to do a really good spring cleaning, get your phone organized and simple. And then the third step is to think of how many hours you have put into the machine and decide if you want to keep doing that or not. The fourth step is to make your plan. When do I want to check my phone? What are the most important apps I want to check? What are the apps that I don't need to check every day, but I still want them? Maybe I'll check them twice a week. You can set limits if you want, but if you need that, that's wonderful. That is a good way to give yourself some support in this challenging step. So you can set those limits. You can make a plan for yourself of what you need to check and when, and then you get to practice. You get to practice addiction work. When are the times when I refuse to grab my phone? Like, are there going to be, dinners or meetings or social events? Like, what are the events where I feel that I grab my phone too much, where I'm going to tell myself, you're not doing that this time. You're going to consciously practice not grabbing your phone. You're going to turn your ringer off, right? And if there's people that you need to say, hey, I'm trying a new thing where I don't have my phone attached to me as a fifth limb. And so if you have an emergency, you're going to have to, my phone might be on silent. So you'll have to, call me a few times, or here's another way to reach me. But most of us even if we're healing our addiction with our phones, they're still going to be nearby, right? It's not like we're going to be completely cut off from society. That's step number 4. Number 5, it's just the ongoing practice. It's that reminder of what would I rather be doing? Right? So even though I have been healing my addiction to my phone and to social media and working on that for a long time, I still once in a while will catch myself scrolling. But because I've been practicing observation for so long, I can recognize that I'm doing it, put my phone down and go, wait, what would I rather be doing with my time? I don't want to be on my deathbed when I'm 80 and go, oh man, I'm so glad I sent all those memes and liked all those people's posts about their lunch they were eating that Wednesday. I don't want that for my life. I want to cry and laugh and think about all the times that I spent in complete awe with other people and all the times that I laughed with other people until my stomach hurt. And having spiritual awakenings and being really present with people around me and being able to really hear them when they're celebrating things, when they're in the dark, just to really be there with them, like be there, be in those moments. I remember once being told someone felt that their tech was like calling to them, and it was calling to them to come and to use it. It was a really uncomfortable realization for them to say that. Because my response was, well, you know what else does that? Drugs, alcohol, gambling, right? Things that people have addictions to. Those things call them. The spirits of those things are calling them, saying, hey, use me, use me, use me. You don't want to heed that call. You want to be in control of your life. You want to not even have to use willpower against it. You want to easily be able to just consciously say, no, I'd rather do other things. There are so many more beautiful, important things that I can do in the world right now. Sat around and watched the clouds go by, and all the times that I meditated and rode motorcycles and created podcasts and lit incense and did yoga and went for walks and went to the water and read books. Like, I could go on and on and on about all the amazing things that I could do on this planet that are 100 times better than staring at my phone. I encourage you to choose to reclaim your life and your time and stop being addicted to your phone, because I guarantee you, if you do this work, your life is going to become exponentially more incredible. Good luck.